We grew up in Shaker Heights. There was 6 of us. 2 of the boys, Fred and I and Mike, and Mary Lou, Debbie, and Kathy. And family was very important to us. Our parents instilled that in us, and we have a number of family issues that we discuss together. Really, all the boys do, and try and provide support to my mother, who is now widowed, and we have a very close bond.
When my father passed away 12 years ago, we were all together, and it was a difficult moment for everybody. And Fred had the presence to pull us all together and just say the right thing to kind of put what had happened in perspective. And he really has been a second father to me in my lifetime. He has been there for me, supported me, been a great listener throughout my personal and professional career.
We both played sports, and the discipline was, if you play sports, you must get your work done and you must maintain grades. And Fred and I shared that sort of common thread that both playing sports, we had to budget our time, and we had to have an academic as well as a sports discipline.
You know, Fred was a very good football player, and his senior year, there was a West Senate championship game where Ignatius played South High at West Tech Field. And it was a terrific game that Ignatius won. I believe it was 22-20. And Fred brought me into the locker room after the game, which was a pretty neat experience.
I've known Fred for 25 years, and I was a spokesperson for St. Vincent Charity Hospital, who owned St. John West Shore, and Fred DeGrandis was the president of St. John West Shore at the time. And she said, "Larry, you got to get out there and meet this guy because he's a human dynamo, and I think the 2 of you together will absolutely light up Westlake." So I went out and met Fred and became his spokesperson, and I'll never forget Fred saying to me, "Larry, I got this great idea." He said, "Why don't we invite community leaders to come by the hospital once a month?" And he said, "You'll sort of MC the event." And he said, "We'll do a little Q&A." He said, "That way we'll find a great way to integrate the hospital within the community and the community within the hospital."
Well, I've known Fred for 5 years since I've been CEO of the Cleveland Clinic, and he was working for St. John's West Shore at that time. And when he first became involved with the Cleveland Clinic, and we wanted him to become part of our organization. And so he came and headed up the Western region, and then when the Western region became, we decided to integrate the whole thing, he was the logical person to head up all of our regional hospitals and be CEO of that. So Fred knows healthcare from the bottom up, and his ability to communicate with all the players, his ability to speak and to motivate people has been fabulous, and he has been a great leader for our regional healthcare organization.
I think that if you could ask any one of the people who work for Fred and the impact that he's had not only on his people, but the impact that he's had on every single patient that comes to the Cleveland Clinic Regional System hospitals, would say, "My life has breathed a lot easier because of the changes that Fred has made and the leadership that he has espoused through the entire system."
Well, Fred, first of all, has been a tremendous contributor to this organization. But on top of that, he has gone on and volunteered in the community. And he is a tireless worker for Northeast Ohio and its patients and its citizens.
Anyone who knows Fred knows how much he adores his family. His children and Nora are the center of his life. And over the years, I would run into Fred at various charity events. He routinely used whatever influence he had to better the community we live in. My dad taught me that time is just as valuable as money when it comes to charity. Fred's commitment to community, or answering the call to caring, as he calls it, was instilled in him by his father, too.
Fred's success professionally is just evident by his responsibilities and where his career path has taken him. But more importantly, he has given back to the community all, his time, talent, and treasure, which is really the mark of his success.
The list is too long. I mean, he's been involved in Rocky River School Board. He has been involved in charities like ALS and a big mover and shaker when it comes to fundraising. But everything he gets into, he operates like that.
Fred has the innate ability to bring not only people together in a community, but to bring a community together quicker than anyone that I've ever seen. And then to be able to sustain that over a long period of time is not only uncanny, but it is just not to be believed.
My father once told me that you lead by example, that, you know, actions speak louder than words. And Fred is a perfect example of that. He leads by his deeds and his actions.
You know, Fred is my hero. And today the word hero is confused with celebrity. And celebrities seek fame. That's not Fred. Fred's a hero because he approaches each and every day with the same philosophy. He uses his God-given talents to serve and support others.
Congratulations, Fred. The student of St. Ignatius are fortunate to be able to call you an honored alum and a genuine role model.